are less than 4 weeks away from my 10K. If you have just shown up to my page, hi, welcome. Welcome to the vlog, welcome back. I'm training to run my best 10K time in an attempt to get my proof of time for the Walt Disney World Wine and Dine Half Marathon. I believe I can run a sub 2:30 half marathon again. And this 10K is my chance to get seated into a slightly better corral to give me a little bit more time to enjoy the race, one might say. So we are training for a 10K. It is on May 17th, if that's the Sunday. I have run the 5K course. I have not run the 10K course. And I previewed just a little bit of it last week, and it is going to be a little hillier than I remember. In this vlog, we are going to wrap up my training plan. I did an 8-week training plan, so we're halfway through. We've had some really good weeks. We've had some not so great weeks. We've learned a lot, especially in the first 2 weeks of the plan, we learned a lot. We went to Disney, and now we are back, and we are getting back into the training plan, back into the speed work, and do what we can to get our proof of time for the half marathon this fall. All right, see you at the run.
No harm, no foul. First.
53 seconds.
What is so funny is when I did my intro and I was like, this is all that's going on for running before my 10K race, I lied because I signed up for a 5K race. So I'm actually on my way to go pick up my bib because the FOMO took over, and one of my favorite race weekends is coming up, and it's mainly a half marathon, but they have a 5K at the same time. So I signed up for it because I figured if I'm trying to race a 10K, I might as well try the pace at the 5K first. So I'm treating the 5K as like a race pace test. It's my tempo run for the week, and hopefully see a very pretty number next to the 5K. We'll see what happens, but I did forget that I'm doing that. So we are actually on our way to go pick up our bib. And because it's a half marathon, it's a slightly bigger expo and like vendor fair. So let's go see what we find. Got in my car to go get my bib, and now I'm slightly crying in my car because my physical therapist, aka my friends, who saw me run a marathon and saw me get hurt and fight to get back into running, sent me a card and a 26.2 magnet because I said I didn't have one on my Instagram story a couple weeks ago. And that's just so thoughtful. But yeah, crying in my car. I'm gonna put it on my car though after I wash it so it stays on, because I should celebrate the fact that I ran a marathon. Expo Hall while we hydrate, because I spent too much time at the store and at the expo, and now I need to do my long run before the sun sets. We'll start with what's not in the bag, which is some blank cheer card signs from my friends at A6. I am a big woo girl. I think cheering for races is as much fun as going to races. So after my 5K, I'm going to cheer the bag. This is a drop bag. So because it's a half marathon, they have like a drop bag service, and I'm probably going to use it because I plan on staying. We got things. I had no plan going in there, and then the sales told me what I was doing. Did I lose my bib? No. Bib! All 3 people. Everybody who's volunteering are like my friends that I haven't seen in years, so super fun to see them. So, cute bib. You guys want to unwrap my shirt with me? Because I don't know what it looks like because they're in these cute little packages. Ugh. Ugh. There's so much going on here. I got a women's extra large because women's cut shirts can't be trusted. So, ooh, it's navy. Okay. Good fabric. There we go. I don't hate it. So they have kind of like this yellow and blue argyle is kind of the vibe of this race theme. So we see a lot of yellow, blue, white, and argyle, and that's a really cute shirt. And then the back just has our sponsors on it. I'm keeping that. I'm wearing that. And that's really rare for me when it comes to race shirts. What else did they throw in here? Goodies. Post-race recovery. We're here for it. Safety pins. I didn't realize they were in the bag. I should have known they were in the bag. Some chapstick. Okay. What else did I bring home? Some freebies from the expo. I got a sticker from the Carhu booth. I got a A6 cowbell, but he had stickers. I forgot to ask for stickers next time. But I grabbed a cowbell from A6 and a cowbell from Rochester Regional Health. We need cowbells. And then also sunscreen and chapstick on a little carabiner. That's really handy. Oh, and they even like put like Flower City Challenge on it. That's cool. Now let's talk about how I spent money. And I gotta go on this run. I bought shorts because I'm on a mission to find shorts. In case anybody was wondering, none of the shorts that I bought from Under Armour worked out, so I didn't keep any of them. So I just got a long biker short from Fleet Feet. Pockets, good fit. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with these. And then the real thing that I didn't need that I bought. I got shocks. I had aftershocks like 8 years ago, kind of when they were new on the scene, and I really liked them, but I wasn't using them, and so they became kind of outdated. I got rid of them. Since I've got back into running, I kind of hate running with AirPods, so these were on sale enough that I said it's time. I've been looking at buying them since February, and I finally pulled the trigger. So we've got some new shocks to try out. I went with the Open Run Pro 2 Mini. I definitely like the smaller size. I asked the rep, and he said the band, because these go behind your ear, is about an inch smaller, and this size is actually more popular than the classic size. So very excited, and they came in blue. That's everything I got. It's time to change. It's time to go on a run. Hi, I'm just here to briefly report that it was a great long run, and I have very little video proof of that because my mom called me. And if you want to keep a conversational pace on an easy run, talk to your mom for an hour. So not a lot of view evidence, but I had a really good run. I kept around a 12-minute mile average, a little bit over, but mom and I talked for an hour of that run. So great long run. Tomorrow's a rest day, and then Sunday I'm gonna race that 5K. Every once in a while, I make a pretty good looking meal. It was the night before race day, and it's funny because it's just a 5K. It's just a 5K. I'm gonna try to go hard, and I'm hoping to impress myself. However, yesterday's long run felt great, was great, wrecked my body. So we've got some sore muscles. We've got a sore heel, and that's okay because we're getting out there. And part of the reason why I'm doing this race is just because I miss my running community, and I'm excited to put a bib on and get back out there. And the coolest part about this being a 5K is I have a lot of time when I finish to cheer people in. I don't have anything else going on tomorrow. So I'm gonna stay for most of the race, probably all of it. And I've got my cheer sign cards here. And we're going to put some quippy little sign encouragement on here. I'm not the most creative when it comes to this stuff. So thank goodness for the internet, because I just took to Reddit and I've pulled up a little Reddit thread of signs people have loved. There's some really good ones in here. I do laugh at worst parade ever all the time. Let's see. Seems like a lot of effort for a free banana. That makes me laugh. Half marathon. I'm half impressed. I think that's really funny. That's not something that I would hold up though, but I would laugh at as a runner. I held up a sign once that said, "You still look really, really pretty" at the 13-mile mark of a half marathon. I'm kind of tempted to put that one down again. But the first one we are going to do is Pain is temporary, Strava is forever. So that's what's going on the sign. Here's my thing. Here's why I'm gonna stay after my 5K. I think cheering on runners is the best. I'm a woo girl. I love to scream woo at the top of my lungs. I love to clap and yell people's names. I like to hold up signs. I love to ring a cowbell. I love the energy on the sidelines of a race, especially long distance races like marathons and half marathons. I think that is a part of what makes a race day so special is all of the people who've come out for their loved ones and they stay for everyone. They cheer for everyone, they clap, they ring their cowbells. I think that's part of what I really miss and also part of what I really love about running is when you get to a race day, how much fun everyone is having there, how much community has shown up, how many volunteers have given up their time to do something a lot less fun than running. All these things, it's such a time commitment, but it's just something people are so willing to give, and I'm so grateful for that. If I can encourage you of anything, if there is like a race going on in your community, even if you're not really a runner or you're injured or you're just not running that race, get out there and go cheer people on. We're gonna make our signs. We're gonna get ready for a race day. It's almost dinner time here. And I will see you for reals this time tomorrow morning as I get ready for my 5K. Amazing. Quick race recap from me and my absolute mane of hair that was wet and put into a braid. I barely recorded that 5K, but I had the best time, and I got like the best time. First off, I am not doing a good job of getting myself out of the house in a timely manner, so I left a lot later than I intended. And part of the problem is something I've literally never done before. I found out that I did not charge my watch last night 2 minutes after I was supposed to leave. So I was trying to like emergency charge my watch. Spoilies, it didn't work and my watch died a mile into the race. Besides that, I got downtown, had no trouble parking, got to the race, kind of pulled myself together and ran my race. I started like right next to the 35-minute 5K pacer because my plan going into the race was to run with them, run with a 35-minute pace, at least a mile. And then if I felt good, open up from there. The thing is, I felt good immediately, and this race starts downhill and ends uphill. Not fun, but streets, man. These things will happen. I was like, well, I feel really good, and I kind of want to take advantage of the downhill. And the pacer has to keep this pace. So I just kind of went. And I ran. And I ran like a 10:30 first mile. And all of this to say, go figure training works because my breathing was so steady. My legs still felt like I was holding back. And overall, I just was like feeling in a really good place to keep running a 10:30 pace. And I don't run a 10:30 pace. So I did another mile and I think I came out at like a little bit, I gotta check my splits, but I was still sub 11 with my second mile and couldn't be more pleased. Just kind of kept running. And again, like my breathing was fine. I wasn't that labored. At this point, however, my right quad like seized up and all I could think was about how now I understand why elite athletes pull out of races when this happens to them, because it was very uncomfy. It hurt, but not terribly. And I kind of just kept having this thought of like, well, I only have a mile left. Let's see if we can keep running. So I slowed down a little bit. This is also when the uphill came back in. But I just ran my little heart out. I ran fast uphill when I could. I mean, fast is relative, but I put a lot of power behind my uphills for the last half mile of the race. I was fueled by lots of inside emotions, getting back and doing this and keeping such a cool pace. I was also fueled by a Taylor Swift playlist. And this is like very niche, but if you're a Swiftie, if you know, the last song, and this was on like a random shuffle, like I just put a couple songs into a playlist and said all of these would make me happy if I listened to them while I ran. Change from Fearless played as I like crossed the finish line. So that was like the last 3 minutes of my race. I'm listening to Change. I'm totally pumped up. I'm running up hills. I thought I would walk up. And I finished at a chip time of 33 minutes, which was 2 minutes faster than what I thought I was going to do, without destroying my lungs, destroying my body, and feeling like I would never have been able to run another foot. But if I can do that kind of pace in the first half of my 10K, which is also something that's going to start downhill and finish uphill, I'm going to be able to hit my time goal. So, is my quad still pulled from Sunday? Yes. Do I think running might help? Maybe. Am I going to go for a run because it's 64 degrees outside and they promise cake? Absolutely. It is May 1st and the weather is still not acting like it. And I just want the 65, 70 degree weather runs that I feel like I should have been promised by now. And I'm not getting it, but that's okay. I'm pretty wiped right now. It has been a tough work week in so many facets of the term work in my life. So I am right now just kind of willing the rain to stop. It's supposed to stop in the next 30 minutes so that I can go on a run. That's a little bit more enjoyable than like wet and cold. I can handle cold. I can handle wet. I can't do the two together. I want to go on this run because it's going to be a fun one. It is scheduled to be a tempo run. I've been very much enjoying my tempo runs. I like the speed. I like how they feel. And last weekend, my sister sent me a reel, a little Instagram profile we did not know about, where somebody in this neighborhood has a bread house. They have built a structure in their front yard where they are like a licensed in-home bakery, like sourdough, breakfast treats, all those good things. Somewhere in this neighborhood, this house exists. They've given the neighborhood they live in, which is actually the neighborhood I've been running in the most, but I keep running on the same roads. So today's run, I am literally just going to like run up and down all of the streets in this little neighborhood looking for the bread house. It's so cold out. In case you were wondering, I didn't really get better out, but we're going anyways because we can make a cold, wet run fun. I am very happy that I splurged on these shocks last week. They have been an excellent addition to the arsenal. Way easier to run with over AirPods, let me tell you. Because ever since I lost that AirPod at the start line of Disneyland, I've hated running with AirPods, so not only like that I can hear everything going on around me, but I just love how these sit over my ears. No risk of losing anything. I'm gonna queue up. For some reason, I'm like jonesing like 18s and S Club 7. So that's what we're gonna queue up. And we're gonna warm up, run a little tempo, and try to go find that bread house. Okay, let's go. Let's go run. Mile 1, 11:45. Oh my gosh. I'm about to hit 2 miles at 11:30, average between the two. I found the bread so fast. I'm gonna put the phone away now and just kick it for the last 2 miles and see what I can do. All right, 4 miles, average 11:30. Great. See you at the next one. Well, I did the thing where it made sense to wait until 3 o'clock because it's the warmest it's going to be today. But now I don't have any energy to go for a run and I haven't fueled appropriately. And I didn't drink any water today. But I feel like this is just what happens when it's the last long run of a training cycle, because today is my last long run of my 10K training cycle. But I'm going to go out and run 7 miles, which is still a lot of miles. And I'm going to love it. I know it. I'm sure. Okay, it's time to go run. Let's go get ready. People are like, I don't know how you can eat this. And I'm like, I don't know. It just tastes like chocolate to me. Okay, here's what's coming out on the road with me. First off, I need to see if my book is still in Libby or not. Perfect. I like listening to audiobooks on my long runs, and I need to get this book done. So this is what we're listening to. If I start to drag, we'll switch it over to music. We're going out with a lot of things on this run because I feel so unprepared for it. So I've got my running belt ready to go. I'm gonna run with water. And there's another goo in here. I haven't been running with water a lot. I probably don't need to run with water, but since I have had very little water, we are going to bring some. Got the aftershocks and then my gooders. Let's go run 7 miles. I've been putting it off long enough. It's time to go. So I have one area of concern going into today's run, and that is, this is the knee I've had 2 surgeries on and technically still have a lot of scar tissue and arthritis in it. Twice this morning and once yesterday, it just like locked and sent like shooting pain up my leg, very similar to what used to be wrong. I don't know. It's been very weird to suddenly have pain coming from this area again, because we made it through that whole half marathon training cycle without it. Honestly, we've made it up until this point. So I'm about 7 months back into running. So I'm just hoping it's like kind of like just sore and not an actual problem, but we're gonna see what happens when I start running. I'm hoping to kind of like simulate the pace I'd like to run at my 10K in 2 weeks. Originally I was gonna take this run on the course, but I am just too lazy to drive 20 minutes to where the race happens. So we're just running today. So I'd like it to be a little bit more of a clip, a little bit faster than what I normally run, but we'll see. I am 4 miles in. I don't feel awesome. It has not been easy. I'm not recording this, but I will get the distance. And the pace is okay, so sometimes this is just what a long run is. And that's today. I'll see you at the end. So here's the thing. That run felt hard and long and not my favorite experience. However, the pace was great for a long run. Averaged like a 12-minute pace. That's better than what most of my long runs have looked like. But I just didn't like that run. I think that red t-shirt might be like the problem. Every time I try to wear that shirt, the run's bad. So we're going to be superstitious and just get rid of that shirt. Not sure how I'm going to run 6 miles faster than I ran today, but we're going to try that at the 10K in 2 weeks. And other than that, it is time to taper, recover, Just make sure that when I go toe the line for this 10K, my body feels good about it. So that's that. I'll see you at the next run. It has been so many days since my last run because my body fell apart the next day. It's not been a good week, but it has been 4-ish days since my long run, and I have made a commitment to go run with friends. So here's hoping I don't run faster than I should, because they are both faster than me. Didn't record it, but it was a very good hilly tempo run with friends, so I felt pretty good. On to the next. Hi. So I kind of forgot to log my last run. I woke up this morning to go to a group pace run, and one of my friends came along, which was great and awesome, and we yapped and chatted the whole time, and I took no video. So now I'm walking my sister's dog and just checking in to say last long run was just around like a little over 4.5 miles. I kept the pace like closer to race pace rather than like slow and easy. And I'm pretty happy with it, but I am gonna spend some time. I need to like sit down and write out my plan to see if I can actually like hit my time goal or not. So imagine this is my last long run. This is me running. This is me chatting. And then when I finish this walk with the dog, I'm going to just kind of recap how training went. I'll see you there. It's been a couple hours since that little moment. So I am now a week out from the 10K that I've been training for since March. So much has gone well in this training block. And I also have realized how lofty of a goal my 10K time that I was trying to get was. We'll keep it present tense, is. It's a pretty lofty goal. Immediately I realized that I can run with some effort a 1:15 10K. And now I had to start questioning about 2.5 weeks ago, but could I run a 1:10? And then when I sat down to do the actual math, it was looking like I need to run a 1:08. And I don't know if I can do that. I'm sure as heck gonna try. Did I do that for the 5K I raced a couple weeks ago? I did. So that's where I'm sitting here being like, it's not impossible. Because I ran that 5K and I came in at 33 minutes. So even with a little bit of a slowdown, doubling that would be the time I'm looking for, 68 minutes. A part of me feels like that 10K time is possible if everything goes to like my best case scenario. So that's what I'm going into race week wanting. I'm wanting best case scenario for Sunday and knowing that I'm going to need to take some steps to get there. I will be doing a lot of recovery this week and just tuning my body so that I'm going into Sunday feeling really fresh. So very little running, doing the stretches I say I'm going to do but never do. All these little things I know will help me succeed on Sunday. But overall, having a short distance and short training block has been very fun for me. It's been really cool to see the work get put in and actually yield results. It's been really great to kind of come back into it, to use my knowledge again, to write my own training plans again. And it's getting me excited for the next thing and the next thing. Overall, a really fun training block. I appreciate that I was able to document it this way and vlog along the way. Sometimes I was chatty, sometimes I forgot to pick up the camera, but it will be really fun to like look back on just the growth I had even over the past like 3.5 weeks that I've been recording. And we're gonna try. We're gonna try for this proof of time. In my heyday, in my best shape, I was running 2:30 half marathons. It would be so cool to see that again so soon, but I'm just really grateful that my body is allowing me to run half marathons again, allowing me to maintain 5, 6, 7 mile runs fairly easily, in the sense that I can go out and do them. There's nothing easy about running that distance, but my body feels good doing it. Thank you all so much for being here, and I cannot wait to share with you how this race actually goes. So you will see that in my next one. I don't have a plan, but I'm in a chair at least, and I'm not on the ground. Do I look like I can keep going? Because I can't. I can't keep going. I'm done. I'm done. We're gonna try that. Feel again, Shelbs.